The difference between these expressions is what is done first. So of course the parentheses tell us what is done first. So in expression A, first we need to find the product of 3 and 4, which is 12, before we add 8 to it. The parentheses tell us that the product needs to be determined first. Even though the same operations and the same numbers are used in expression B, the parentheses are around the sum. So because the sum is a grouping, we need to first determine the sum before we can multiply by 3. So we get very different answers to these two expressions because the parentheses around the groupings tell us what needs to happen first. As we can see here, we're adding transition words into our statements. So we need to read which statement matches the expression. Just to clarify, the dot in the parentheses here is another symbol for multiplication. So when I'm looking at these two sentences, it says add 8 to 4 first. However, I know that I'm not adding 8 to 4 first because the 8 plus 4 is not in parentheses. So I'm going to go down to the next sentence to make sure this one is correct. This says first multiply 3 times 4. Now that's exactly what I'm doing in this expression because the 3 times 4 is in parentheses. Then I'm adding 8 to the product. That is exactly what I am doing in this expression. Let's go through the same process with the second one. This time, first I am adding 8 and 4 because the sum is a grouping in parentheses. So first I want to find that, add 8 to 4 first, and then multiply by 3. That one looks pretty good, but I'll double check the other one. First, multiply 3 and 4. I'm not multiplying first because the 3 and 4 is not in parentheses. The sum, 4 plus 8, is in parentheses. So in this one, A is correct. Lastly, we're going to apply this to real life situations. Again, I'm trying to find 3 groupings of 4 or 4 groupings of 3. We're doing something with multiplication first. So in the first scenario, there are 3 groups of 4 students. That sounds like multiplication here. And then 8 more students are added in. That scenario really seems to match my expression. But let me check the second answer choice. Ms. O'Rourke bought a bag of 4 paintbrushes and a bag of 8 paintbrushes. Then Ms. Matthew tripled the amount she had. That is not what's happening in the order in the expression. So here, A is correct. The last scenario here, I am adding 4 plus 8 first. There are 3 groups of 4 students in the cafeteria. Again, as I looked at that before, that's multiplication, and then 8 students walk in. The then statement tells me what's happening after. So this expression does not match. Expression B, she bought a bag of 4 paintbrushes and a bag of 8 paintbrushes. And then Ms. Matthew tripled what she had. The and then statement is telling me what's happening next. So the real life situation B matches the expression.